passion definitely comes across. So they will be running the combo on the side of YIKES. No surprise as the brawl takes place up top to begin.
It's an early fight up top here. Pizza in the air, but Ginger Pop taking that immediately. We didn't see that happen too often over the weekend, and with Ginger Pop down to Fran, nothing stopping him from assassinating Za, and Selfless opening up much stronger than perhaps expected.
We talk a little bit about the anti-air Genji, and maybe it's not always the best option. It doesn't seem that intuitive to think that...
Get back on this pointer. YIKES to get back on this point. Old habits die hard.
I barely even noticed it. What is this composition that Selfless morphed into? They've got Iman now on the Tracer, running a solo support. Michael 3D went to the Winston of all things?
The delay just long enough for YIKES to let Ginger Pop come back in, get the 3-man res, and pull this back. And that is how Selfless should have run things when they lost their previous fight. YIKES cleanly lost the fight, but they delayed for long enough to come back and turn it in their favor. All the while maintaining control. 88% for YIKES right now to 25.
All the while maintaining control might as well be the motto of Oasis. Every single one of these stages can end up devolving into a fight like this. Michael's able to take down his counterpart, but the delay has been there. They will get this to at least 99%. Now it's just about evicting them from the point with full force.
And this could take a while for a team to come in and get full control. Sometimes it goes on for longer than expected. That said, there's less of a margin for error here for Selfless because they're in overtime. If they get off for just a moment, it's going to be tough. Sinatra already out of this fight. Now up for Defran to bring it back, but low health to begin with. Not a lot of options. XQC in his face. He puts the blade away and gets nothing. Good day, sir.
Low health to begin with because they're only running this one support. It's going to be difficult for the Lucio to keep everyone healed up. The Sound Bearer is going to help late, but off of the point somehow, I guess they were in
the book this time, and YIKES sticking with the Fair Mercy, even on University, where they're one of the few teams to do this. A lot of teams prefer not, but for YIKES, why change from what has worked out so well for them as sees right now targeting supports in the backline and trying to create enough damage that XQC can leap in and finish them off. And YIKES is very good about executing on this game plan, generally speaking.
I mean, the problem is on this high ground without getting enough damage, and you're already giving up so much percentage on the point now that you have to jump down into the tanks, but that's a very nice kill, takes down a lot of the pick potential.
And YIKES, they're almost slow playing in this, in the sense they're not really being too crazy on their dive. They're creating plenty of room for Pizza, but they are pushing back Selfless. That said, Pizza gets taken down by Sinatra on the flank, but again, Selfless! Let's... Accurately named.
They're also going to have to crush Ginger too because he's holding on to the res. Dahoon does end up going down early. They might res him because when they bring him back, he should have Sound Barrier about ready to go. But it's not quite time to use the res just yet. They were actually just going to tempo it. Sure, bring back Dahoon, now you can Sound Barrier too. Perfect.
This is going very well for YIKES. Selfless is going to have to back out here, but they don't really have time to back out. It's 95%. And they're going to have to hope for a miracle. The miracle is not happening. Defran, surrounded on all sides by enemies, ends up falling. And the tank play for YIKES, so integral in creating the space there towards the end. And also just how they handled the TAC visor. TAC hurt some of that if they come back strong on this round.
Well, they're back onto the composition they were running before with the single healer and the triple DPS. We'll see if it ends up working out for him. As I agree with Flame that the premise itself does have merit. It was where the execution struggled. You have to stay on the point, which so far they've struggled, and they open it up with a kill, does YIKES.
And YIKES just, again, maintaining good space control right now. Pizza not under pressure at all. Gonna deep dive here on Sinatra, and Sinatra gets saved somewhat, but not quite. Does make it a trade at the very least, but it doesn't really matter. It's YIKES' point already. Selfless isn't able to stall it out, and they're already finding themselves on the back foot once more.
They're going to have to find a better way to initiate than what they found too. And you see all of these health bars getting so low. They can't really scrap it out like this. I think their engagement has to be much stronger early on because they're not going to have the sustain available, and they haven't really found a good angle to get on Ginger Pop, which, as Flame mentioned, is probably the main part of the plan.
Ginger Pop, he's elusive. It's an easy part to overlook, but he's had very good mercy play, very good movement. Now just goes for the one-man res, brings Pizza back up just to die again, as Selfless... The problem is, yeah, they're focusing Pizza here, but they're getting murdered by the ground forces of Dante and XQC, and they are starting to bring this back a bit, but now the question is how much can YIKES delay this out, which Primal Rage is in progress, a Diva at good HP. This should be a pretty strong delay coming in from YIKES.
They might be able to delay this long enough to start getting their reinforcements back. As you look, everyone has now spawned, and yeah, here comes Pizza over the top by Imong.
Yeah, Pizza's back in. Both tanks are still alive, and even though on the merits you can argue that Selfless somewhat won that fight, they don't win by anywhere near enough of a margin to actually flip the point.
Winning fights doesn't give you objectives necessarily, so they're just playing to the objective perfectly.
They're playing it really well, and again, the tank play of YIKES has been sublime and really enabling this as Pizza coming in, just special delivery to Sinatra. All the rockets you can eat. YIKES, one more team fight away from going up 2-0 here in the grand final.
They have to come in and pop both Blade and Visor, and they both have to go towards the combo. It's the only way I can see them bringing this back, as Ginger Pop's already going to have a resurrection for next fight.
And DeFran. What?
Wait, where did that happen?
In spawn? What?
Fat-fingered? Or maybe he's just using it to get out there faster? I don't know.
Why is he not with his team? DeFran?
That means the map is over, by the way.
DeFran has given up. DeFran's given up. I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I guess, you know, you just move on and that's it, but like, something I don't like about
The
that.
phrase is grow up, I believe, is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I don't even have words.
Triple tank offense coming in with Dante and the Tracer for YIKES.
Well, YIKES, if nothing else, definitely ahead in the mental game right now, and they've already gotten themselves onto a point. Again, you see YIKES with their really good objective sense. They find Michael 3D early on from the early pickoff. 65 opportunity, better positioning. This is a very good start here for YIKES, and for now, they're just gonna pile on. They're trading out efficiently, and there's really, you take a look at Selfless's positioning right now, they're getting bullied off of their own point.
Dante has been so good on Tracer for this team over the last several days, just being able to check the opposing team 76 and Tracer. Space yet again will eliminate the void between him and Dak with a hook, and he is gone. First point attack successful now for YIKES.
YIKES coming in strong here, and you get the last moment by the sound barrier, but will it be enough here for Selfless? They're still in a rough shape, and DeFran ends up getting pummeled towards the back.
Michael's doing the best to keep this team alive. He has been hitting super darts and keeping everyone healed, but a couple of nice kills take down the majority of the tanks. Sinatra trying to bring it back. Dak, a little bit of a sleep on the card. Very back and forth so far. The next kill could decide this, but they gotta get on card.
They do have to get in the payload, but with the nano-boosted Reinhardt moving in, XQC will make all the room in the world. Win the next two fights if they want to make this King's Row a winnable affair. Kresnik, though, blown up immediately. Up to DeFran here. Barrier, boost, and he gets slept! A beautiful sleep in the back to keep it alive. It's Ginger Pop in the groove here for YIKES. And they might have just pulled this back off of a monumental sleep towards the end. Oh, he's not done yet. Sleeps Iman towards the back, stops the hook in mid-flight. And YIKES, just a few short kills away. Ginger Pop, what is this auto play right now? It is sublime.
It's so great to see, too, because he's been so much on Mercy main, by the way, but he's proving that he is more than just that.
What? Oh. Ginger Pop popping off at the final. For now, it's looking pretty good for Selfless, in fact.
They've got every position that they want right now. They got DeFran alone up top. They had Sinatra up there. Sinatra's actually going to nail a pulse bomb onto Ginger as well. So looking very good for this offense on the back of the DPS players who just took the high ground and now clean it up. No way do they come back and save this point. I should never say no way in Overwatch, but I feel pretty good about this one.
Selfless, much better opening here, and now they can actually set a time to bring this one fully right back, where they get the first early attack, and this is a case where we've seen Selfless actually snowball momentum plenty of times at King's Row, so if they can pull things together, they can
feed him a 3K.
No doubt about it. Graviton coming in here from the defense, pulls in meaty group of people. Dante there with the pulse bomb right after, but Sinatra working his magic into the back line. The engage not really going the way of YIKES here in Selfless, finding a way of pulling this one through. They deal with the Graviton well, and Sinatra can finish this off, although I kind of agree with needing 4 people to take down Ginger Pop there. That is probably the proper response by Selfless, given what he did on the last round.
Well, regardless of how some of these fights have gone, they will just mosey on into second point here and get a pretty nice time extension, a little over 4.
Pursuing an Earth Shatter that very well could put YIKES over the top and give them the match. Earth Shatter comes in, it's blocked. Treats Kresnik. Graviton comes in to try and compensate, and the Earth Shatter hits from XQC. Only gets one in the back as Defran now works along the sides. 2 kills early on. Selfless in a great position here to stay alive here on Kings Row as they're down to their final minute, and they punch it in.
If you are a fan of Ryan games, damage from him to be able to get any kills. Space missed both of his hooks very early on. He was in position to try to deny the high ground. Now Defran has to be very careful to not die here. If he dies here, that's so much punching power out of it for the next fight. He's playing very conservatively, and now Pizza gets the boost.
We're in overtime, the final opportunity for Selfless to turn this around and go for the miracle. They lose 2 early on. Defran, the tack visor, not getting much here over the top as Space eviscerates the backline of Selfless, gets them off the payload, and there are no ticks to be had here. YIKES. Been able to really get in onto the point. Selfless, 45 seconds away from Miracle Defense. What a charge! Denies Kresnik at the last moment. XQC going off here in the end. YIKES on the verge of winning it all. They're going to clean up everyone, and YIKES will be your Overwatch monthly Melee champions.
Just boost XQC, see what happens after, hits a beautiful charge to take out his counterpart, flips the script, hits an Earth Shatter, and yeah, I mean, XQC was the story coming into this, did not disappoint. Congratulations, YIKES, formerly Denial. I'm sure we will see them under a new name soon.
We got 5 GG easies from Space. We got no GG from Defran. Left that server as soon as possible.